Welcome back to Joyful English Stories. Now I invite you on a magical journey to the far north, a place of swirling snow, glittering ice, and a queen whose power is as beautiful as it is cold. This is the tale of the Snow Queen's magical world, a frozen fairy tale filled with courage, friendship, and the power of love. Once upon a time, in a little town with red rooftops and narrow cobblestone streets, there lived two children, Gerda and Kai. They were neighbors, almost like brother and sister. Every day they played together in the sunshine. They watered their roses, chased butterflies, and whispered secrets no one else could hear. Their laughter was like music, and everyone in the town smiled when they saw the two friends hand in hand. But far above the earth, something dark was stirring. Long ago, a wicked troll had made a magic mirror, a mirror that twisted beauty into ugliness and made every kind thing look cruel. One night the mirror shattered, and tiny pieces of it scattered across the world. A sharp splinter of that glass flew into Kai's eye, and another pierced his heart. Suddenly everything he saw looked ugly, even his beloved roses, and instead of kindness, he felt coldness inside his chest. Gerda noticed the change. "Kai, are you all right?" she asked gently. But Kai only shrugged and walked away. One snowy evening, Kai tied his little sled to a large carriage in the town square. Suddenly the carriage stopped, and a tall woman stepped out. She was dressed in white furs, her crown glittered with ice crystals, and her eyes shone like frozen stars. It was the Snow Queen. She beckoned Kai with a smile both dazzling and chilling. "Would you like to ride with me?" she asked. Mesmerized, Kai climbed into her sleigh. With a rush of wind, they soared into the sky, higher and higher, until the town was no more than a dot below. The Snow Queen wrapped him in her cloak of frost, and soon they vanished into the endless white wilderness. When Gerda found Kai's sled abandoned, her heart filled with sorrow. She knew he had been taken by the Snow Queen, yet she was brave and full of love. She decided, "I will find him. I will bring him home." Gerda's journey was long and filled with trials, but she never gave up. She first asked the river, "Have you seen my friend Kai?" The river seemed to whisper back, carrying her gently in a little boat, guiding her forward. Next, she wandered into a magical garden of eternal summer, where flowers bloomed even in the middle of winter. A kind woman welcomed Gerda and gave her warm food and shelter. But the flowers whispered secrets in the wind. "Kai is not here. You must not stay. Keep going, Gerda." So she left the garden and pressed on. On her journey, Gerda met many who helped her. A clever crow who told her of a prince that might be Kai. With his guidance, she entered a shining palace, only to discover the boy was not her friend after all. Yet the kind prince and princess gave her warm clothes and a golden carriage to help her continue. The forest bandits, who captured her one night. At first, Gerda was frightened, but among them was a little robber girl. She was fierce and wild, but when she heard about Gerda's quest, her heart softened. "Why would you go so far for one boy?" the robber girl asked. Gerda answered softly, "Because he is my dearest friend, and I cannot let him suffer alone." Hearing this, the robber girl gave her a gift, a strong reindeer named Bay, who would carry her across the snowy plains toward the Snow Queen's palace. At last, Gerda reached the far north. Before her eyes rose a magnificent palace made entirely of ice and snow. Its towers glistened like diamonds in the moonlight, and the air was so cold that her breath froze as she spoke. Inside, Kai sat alone on a frozen lake shaped like a star. The Snow Queen had given him an impossible task, to arrange sharp pieces of ice into the word eternity. His heart was frozen solid, and he no longer remembered Gerda or the warmth of their childhood friendship. Gerda rushed to him. "Kai, it's me, Gerda. I've come to take you home." But Kai did not move. His face was pale, his eyes blank as glass. Desperate, Gerda threw her arms around him and began to weep. Her tears fell onto his chest where the shard of glass lay hidden. The warmth of her love melted the ice, and suddenly the shard slipped out. Kai gasped, his eyes clearing. Tears welled up, washing away the glass from his eye. Slowly, he looked at Gerda, as if waking from a long dream. "Gerda, it's you," he whispered. Together they wept, and their tears melted the last of the Snow Queen's magic. Kai's heart beat warmly again, and he remembered everything, the roses, the laughter, the friendship. They clasped hands, and suddenly the shards of ice he had been arranging spelled not eternity, but something greater: love. The Snow Queen's power could not stand against such warmth. The palace of ice shimmered, then softened into glittering snowflakes that swirled gently around them. Hand in hand, Gerda and Kai journeyed home. The reindeer carried them across frozen fields, through forests sparkling with frost, and under skies lit with dancing northern lights. When they returned to their little town, the roses bloomed again in their garden, though it was still winter. For love had brought warmth where even the coldest spell could not endure. And so Gerda and Kai grew up side by side, never forgetting the journey they had taken, nor the power of true friendship and love. And that, dear children, is the story of the Snow Queen's magical world. It reminds us that even in the coldest winters, the warmth of kindness and love can melt the deepest ice. It teaches us that courage can overcome fear, and that true friendship is one of the strongest powers in the world.